What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back, and today we're going to be talking about what is the secret to great brand design, the special sauce, the X factor to a phenomenal brand. So settle in, I hope you're ready, I'm ready, let's jump in, but first, roll the intro. Alright, welcome back, and today I want to tell you a little bit about the most important thing for any brand design, and that is flow. But first, before we get into what that is and what that means and how that works, hit that subscribe button. I know you want to, so go ahead, hit the subscribe button. I'll give you a second. Turn on the bell so you get notifications every time we post a video. And now, let's get into the video. Alright, so like I said, we're talking about flow here, and this is the most important piece of your brand, so make sure you get this right. And that's because it's the brand. It's what your brand is meant to do. It's everything you build your brand for. You build your brand to move customers from one-time transactional customers to relational customers, people that are willing to go deep with the company and become a fan of that company and loyal to that brand. So how do you do this? How do you achieve that special thing? Well, you have to look at the overall flow of the brand. I call this the narrative of the brand. And a lot of people, when they think of brand story or brand narrative, they think that they have to have some sort of epic story about how they came to do what they do, but that's not the case. We all know Nike has a phenomenal brand, but you don't know the story of how Nike became the Nike brand and who started it and why, unless you do, and of course that's awesome if you do, but the majority of purchasers do not know that. But yet they're willing to have a relationship with the Nike brand, not knowing anything about their story. So that means there's something else going on. So we have to figure out what is that X factor to a great brand. That X factor is narrative flow. As I said earlier, our goal as brand designers is to move customers from first-time purchasers to relational fans. This means it has to start with your first point of impact with the customer. Now this could be your logo, this could be your tagline, maybe your packaging if you sit on a store shelf. Whatever the first touch point is with a customer is the introduction that they have to your company. This is the hook. This is what draws them in. And we have to be able to draw them in and then move them through the narrative structure until we can convert them to a relational customer. The next step after hooking them in with those introductory brand assets is to get the customers to understand who we are and what we do. Once they understand those fundamentals, they have brand buy-in and they're willing to take the next steps to become relationally connected with your brand. This is when it becomes so important that your brand mission fits with your brand style and brand voice. You want the way that your brand talks to consumers and the way that it visually interacts with consumers to match the mission of your company and who you are and what you do. If you do those things correctly, customers will have buy-in, and the only thing that'll be left is the third step. The third step is a clear call to action. It's what you want customers to do to get them to become relationally invested in your brand. Whether that's signing up for your newsletter, downloading your mobile app, or subscribing to your blog, whatever it is that customers do to become your true fans, the fans of your company, that's what you want to make your call to action. And it's so important that your call to action matches the mission statement for your brand, the who you are and the what you do. When you combine all of these elements together, you get a brand narrative or a brand story that pulls customers from introduction to the climax or the aha moment of understanding who you are and what you do and what your mission is, to a clear call to action that gets them connected on a long-term basis with your brand. This is what I call the brand flow, and it's the most important aspect of any brand by far. This is why companies pay big dollars to branding agencies to help them streamline that flow. So if you understand it, you'll be putting yourself ahead of all the designers that don't understand. This will put you ahead of every other designer that's just trying to make a cool logo or a trendy looking brand, because you'll understand that your job is to help companies move customers from first-time purchasers to relationally invested. I hope you found this helpful and that it gave you a little insight into how to move customers using your brand from first-time purchasers to lifelong investors in the brand. If you enjoyed this explanation of how to build a brand flow, make sure you like this video and consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss any of the videos that I have coming out. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next video.